Hey, what's up, everyone? Thank you so much for checking out another live for Show, Style, and Spirit. Oh my gosh, with me trying to go live for this latest episode of Belle Collective, you guys, I'm not really used to using StreamYard. Obviously, I am a new YouTuber, and I didn't want to just show my face giving my commentary. I did want to provide you all with a few visuals. I appreciate you checking out my content. So I want to try and make it as quality as I can within my abilities. And oh my gosh, I was chatting with StreamYard. Thank you, Louie, for walking me through it. I know that I was a little cranky. I've done it like a few times, but I had to formally add myself to this broadcast in order to have audio. And then I just mistakenly figured out how to add my Google Slides. So now you should be able to hear me. I'm going to, of course, check it out after I upload this live, and you have your visuals. I can see that right now. So let's jump right in. First, I want to say, please subscribe to my channel, Show, Style, and Spirit. Thank you for checking out my other videos, including my interview with Simone Davis. She is the mother of one of Bryson's children, Bryson, the son of Nene Leakes. Thank you so much for checking out that interview. I do have another interview coming up with a reality TV star. I'm not going to say the name yet. I'm so excited and so appreciative. So definitely look out for that in about a week and a half. Okay, and then also Belle Collective specific, of course, we are in season 2. Season 1, I know that it was a little rocky for some people. I give Belle Collective grace because season 1, we were getting to know the cast. And it is not every day that you see a reality TV show being based out of Jackson, Mississippi. So to me, that right there makes Belle Collective already unique. And I love, love, love seeing, Black professional women taking care of themselves, taking care of their business. So I appreciate it, definitely. So let's jump right in. So I have my notes here, and of course, as you can see, the episode opens up with Leticia and Glenn discussing their marriage. Of course, Glenn wants Leticia back, but Leticia is not sure yet if she is ready to take him back. As you know, at the season 1 reunion, Leticia explained that there is a possible side baby that Glenn has had. So now here we are, another reality TV show, another own reality TV show where there could be a possible side baby. So I really hope Leticia does not have to go through that, but you tell me in the comments, do you think that she will take Glenn back? In my opinion, I can see her taking Glenn back only because she is a Southern woman and you have that traditional foundation. I was raised by traditional Southern parents. My parents were married. We went to a Baptist church. My dad was a deacon. When you have that foundation, it is something that you could think about taking someone back after they do like the ultimate deal breaker. So I could see Leticia very seriously considering taking Glenn back. And then if you add to that, if she's a church going woman, if the church is trying to pressure her, it's a wrap. She might take Glenn back. But whatever she does, I cannot judge. And I just hope that it gives her peace. All right, so then in the next scene, we actually have Latrice and her husband Cliff, aka Zaddy. Now, before Zaddy arrived, we saw Latrice at her salon, Goddess Lames, with her assistant. As soon as she comes in, he gives her the rundown of what's not working properly, including the lighting and the water, which in my opinion, the water is a huge issue because, hello, it is a hair salon, the Goddess Lames hair salon. So that has to work. And in her confessional, Latrice explains that she only has 3 months left on her commercial lease. So she cannot wait to fulfill this lease agreement so that she can move on to another location in a building that's working more properly. And I cannot blame her. That has to be stressful when you're a business owner and things keep popping up. You want your business to look professional and nice. You don't want the lights going out, and you certainly don't want the water not working at a hair salon. So Latrice calls her husband Cliff, and he comes right on over. And I have to say, the way that the episode was edited, Cliff did not seem like he was a bit annoyed. He was not cranky. He fixed the water at the shampoo bowl. He said, see, all done, super easy. So I have to say, although I'm not really into the huge age gap of dating someone 20 years older than me, to each his own. He seems like a really easygoing guy, like not really cranky or grouchy and approachable. So I would have to appreciate that in a relationship for sure. And he's a handyman who can fix things. Cannot complain about that. And, in this scene, as you see, Latrice and Cliff were conversing about Latrice's next location for the hair salon. And Cliff explains that he would want Latrice to move to a nicer area for the salon. But Latrice explains that she grew up in the hood, and not only that, but she started her business in the hood. And those are the customers who supported her, bought her hair, went to her salon. So she does still want to stay in that relatively urban area. And I have to give props to Latrice. I respect that she knows who her customer base is and she's not turning her back on them. Of course, my hair is in dreadlocks, but if I was still buying bundles, sew-ins, that right there would have sold me on supporting her and having that hair shipped to me. So kudos to you, Latrice, for wanting to keep your business in the hood, just commemorating who made your business. All right, so next we have this lunch scene. It is between Leticia, Tambra, Marie, and Akisha. I'm going to get into more details about Akisha in just a moment. But before Tambra and Akisha showed up, Leticia and Marie, they actually came together earlier so that they could have a heart-to-heart. And this is where Leticia tells Marie that she spoke with Glenn, that he wants her to take him back, but she's not sure. And Marie asks Leticia, have you outgrown your husband? And Leticia says yes. Now, here is my opinion on that. So, in my opinion, to say that you have outgrown someone is completely different from him possibly cheating and creating a side baby. I feel like if you have outgrown someone, that is something that you could express to your spouse. You could be specific in examples on how you have changed and let them know what you now need. I think it's normal. I would imagine, especially like Leticia said, she and Glenn have been dating since they were teenagers. And you're going to change. Like the person you were in undergrad and college, you're going to change in your 20s. You're going to change in your 30s. And then life may happen. You may lose parents, siblings, jobs, homes, and those life experiences can mold you who you are. So it would be normal to kind of evolve, and your spouse has to kind of compromise and kind of edge themselves in with that. So I feel like that's workable. But to say there's infidelity and a possible side baby, that's totally different from you outgrowing someone. So I just hope that Leticia is honest with herself about her needs and what her deal breakers are. I don't want her to tell herself, oh, it's not the infidelity, it's that I've outgrown him, and then move accordingly. You know what I mean? But that's just my opinion. Now, what I do want to say is I want to read what I wrote down in regards to Marie. I wrote, I think Marie is only comfortable being vulnerable with a couple of people, including her business partner, Essie, and Leticia. And the fear of being vulnerable causes Marie to be very intense, and we're going to see more of that later on. Now, I say that to say because, again, Leticia and Marie met up at this restaurant a little bit earlier so that they could talk, just the two of them. And Marie told Leticia how she has just been going through so much with helping her son raise his son, even after the mother was gunned down at the tender age of 18, and having her drug-addicted mother move into her home. And I agree, Marie is dealing with a lot of added pressure than the average adult who has the daily stresses of life. So I do have compassion for her. In addition to that, her intense behavior is nothing new to us. This is what she brought during season 1 of Belle Collective. I feel like, and I'm going to touch on this more when I get to the scene between Marie and her mother, Marie has deep-rooted anger that she has not properly dealt with. She is very external, where she takes the anger out on others. She has a right to let the anger out, but she does not have a right to let it out on others. And I do think that if she got professional help, then she could go scream and yell or go to one of those rec rooms where you get to break fax machines and old tape players just to let out the anger. Marie should totally do that about once a month until, she's good to go. So in this scene, Tamra introduces everyone to Akisha. She said that she went to high school with Akisha and that Akisha was one of the pretty girls. And Akisha, she met Leticia already prior over the phone. She knew that Leticia threw those women's brunches. So she turned off Marie and Leticia. In their confessionals, they stated that they felt like basically Akisha was showing off and was being boastful. In Akisha's defense, I believe that because she had already spoken to Leticia over the phone and she knew about Leticia's networking events, that she had a mindset for networking. So everything that Marie said that she was involved in, Akisha would say, oh, I have a relative, oh, I have a friend who does that also and did X, Y, and Z. I think she was trying to show what they had in common. And I think that's a very normal way to communicate at a networking event. So I think Akisha just already had that mindset. And I think that Marie may have taken it the wrong way. Now, what I also want to point out is in Marie's confessional, when she was talking about Akisha, she said, you can't trust those light eyes. And I do feel like that was a colorist statement. If it was done in the reverse, and Akisha made a comment about Marie being chocolate or caramel or something, it would be a huge issue. And she would be the colorist. But I don't know if anyone was bothered or felt uncomfortable by what Marie said. I do hope that Akisha brings it up, at the reunion, because to me, that wasn't cool. Okay. So now we have Miss Akisha. I felt like in her introduction video package that they did, I really thought this dress was bad. It looked nice and hugged all of her curves. So I really like this screenshot. But Akisha is new to Belle Collective this season, along with the realtor, So Gucci. We met So Gucci in episode 1. But Akisha is originally from Jackson, Mississippi. She has been living in New Jersey with her retired NFL husband. They own a restaurant in the Bronx, New York, where he is from. Akisha's family also has a history of being music teachers, and Akisha owns land as well as a building on Ferry Street, the historical Black area that Leticia has been trying to restore in Jackson, Mississippi. So Akisha seems very direct and very confident. She even said in her confessional that if she cannot restore Ferry Street, nobody can. So I feel like it's one thing when you don't care for someone because they are rude or disrespectful or they're a liar or something. But when you don't like a person because of their self-confidence and you say they're like showing off, I think that's a little bit different. So Leticia may not like Akisha saying something like that, like if I can't restore Ferry Street, nobody can. But Leticia could just say, well, put your money where your mouth is, show me, don't just talk about it, be about it. And let's see what she does for Ferry Street. Like I'm already interested in, if she owns a building in Ferry Street, is it abandoned? Is it empty? How is she using it? And if she's not using it, why is that, So we'll see, how that unfolds between her and Leticia. Okay, so we have this scene between Marie and her mother where they had lunch. Marie is explaining to her mother that when she was a child, she really needed her mom to be there for her, but her mom was addicted. And Marie said in her confessional that her mother relapses a lot, even today. So my heart goes out to both Marie and her mother. I'm thankful I've never struggled with substance abuse and never had any immediate family members who did. So I cannot imagine what it is like to not be raised by a parent due to substance abuse. It's not like she had, God forbid, passed away, but she was alive, and to know that like she's not there for you, not physically in the house with you, that has to be hard. And I think that that is the root of Marie's anger. And so even for her to be a grown woman, 41 years old, telling her mom that, I needed you to be there for me, that's something that she still has to deal with. So that's why I feel like Marie, I really want her to get that professional help. That would be a part of self-care, self-love, and she deserves that. And her mom just simply told her, that she was an addict. I really felt like this sense of self acceptance that Marie's mother had, but at the same time, it's also like she's taking shorts for herself. She's already settling by just calling herself an addict and leaving it at that versus trying to get some intense therapy. Again, I'm not a social worker. I don't work in the realm of counseling, so I don't know what those steps would be for Marie's mom, but I certainly hope that she takes it a step further and doesn't just define herself as being an addict. Okay, so now we have the brunch scene. All right, so this picture I'm showing, it's when everyone has basically arrived, every chair is filled. When Akisha got there, only half the people were there. And her first comment was, "Oh, I thought this was going to be a brunch with hundreds of women." And in her confessional, she said that she's been brunching since the age of 10, so she knows what it is. And she felt like this was just a gathering amongst girlfriends. And then she said she felt like the decor was played with the glittery tablecloth. Now, I'll be honest with you, I thought the tablecloth was cute. I thought the decor was youthful and fun. And so I didn't have a problem with it. But then again, to add to that, Akisha said that she spotted some dirt on her plate. And she was direct. She let Leticia know. And Leticia said, well, maybe that was some of the decoration kind of like falling off and onto the plate, but I'll get you another plate. And she did. Once she brought Akisha a new plate, Akisha got in line, and then she complained about the food being burnt, particularly the bacon and the waffles. So, yeah, when she held up the waffle with her tongs, it did kind of look like it might have been kind of hard, so I don't know how hungry Akisha was when she got there, but yeah, she did complain about the food. So then there's more. So Latrice arrives. Now remember, Marie cannot stand Latrice. Going back to the season 1 reunion, Marie accused Latrice of saying that Marie has done Medicaid fraud, which Latrice denies. Now, Latrice, in her confessional, she did not say that she doesn't think Marie has committed fraud. She said, "I'm from the hood and I'm not a snitch." So I did kind of like peep that, a little bit. So we'll see if they ever circle back around to it. So anyway, Latrice walks in and Marie's energy immediately shifts. She goes from being positive and upbeat and sociable to being quiet, a frown on her face, and she is starting to shut down. And of all times that Marie could shut down, Leticia wants the women to play a game where they say something positive about everyone at the table. When it's time for Marie to compliment a woman, she says she cannot do it. And it is because she is so turned off by Latrice. It gets to the point where Marie gets up from the table and heads to the men's bathroom. Hence the title of this video, Meeting in the Men's Room. So that's also the name of the episode. But a shout out to Climax from like the late 80s. They were a singing group, all-female singing group. I think they played their instruments too. But anyway, Leticia goes after Marie because she's annoyed. They're having words. The voices are raised. Tambra even goes to the men's room and say, "Hey, are you all okay? Because we're getting really loud." And they said yes. And they were fine. And then Leticia walked out to Latrice and said, "Can you go talk to Marie? Because she's mad at you saying that you accused her of fraud." And Latrice is like, no, I'm not. And honestly, I cannot blame Latrice one bit. It's one thing if you have the heart's desire to work on a friendship and you want to sit down with a person, you want to sit down with them when you know they're not going to lie, they're not going to try and gaslight you and change the truth. They're going to be approachable, right? They're not going to be yelling and ranting. And I mean, in that moment especially, Marie just didn't seem like she could give any fucks or, just give the right things to have a normal conversation. So I don't blame Latrice. I would have responded the same way, no, I'm not doing that. So basically, the episode ends there. I have to say that Belle Collective, it is giving just 2 episodes in. I am concerned about Tamra's storyline. I'm not sure how sincere it is, only because it just seems like Tamra and Damon have zero chemistry. And then to say that you're trying to have a baby, but you have sex with a condom, it just seems, like you're not trying to have a baby. So it just kind of gives kind of like fake storyline. And, I really like Latrice. I love to see that she built her business from the ground up. And we're seeing, what do they call it? A December, May romance, with the age gap. So that's something to see. And he wants a baby. Latrice doesn't give, like, I want to be a mom. And I think that's fine. I don't think you should let society pressure you as a woman that you have to want to have a baby. Just be yourself. Do what makes you comfortable and happy. That's what I say. So thank you so much for checking out this video. Please share it on your social media, your Facebook pages. Please subscribe also. Thank you for checking out my other videos, including my interview with Simone Davis. She is the mother of one of Bryson's kids. Bryson is the son of Nene Leakes. So thank you all for checking out that video as well. And please subscribe. I'm going to continue to recap shows as they move me, including The Real Housewives of Atlanta, Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, and of course Belle Collective, and of course Love and Marriage Huntsville. Also, I do have another interview coming up with a reality TV star, so I will just surprise you guys with that in about a week and a half. Thanks again for checking out my content, and take good care. Bye-bye.